All right, good morning. We are doing a reach-in cooler PM this morning. So this is a Dairy Queen. For those of you that have never seen behind the curtain, they have a ton of reach-in coolers topping. Dairy Queens run basically two separate restaurants. One is the kitchen and one is the ice cream. And so in the kitchen you have one, two doubles, a single, and then a drawer freezer. And then in the ice cream section, you have a double freezer and you have a double cooler. So these things never get tended to. No self-closing hinges. That one's okay. So yeah, we're just gonna definitely pull them forward, get into the back, check the coils, clear the evap lines, check that the fans are all running, just so we don't have freeze-ups now that we're getting into the heart of crunch time. All right, so this is pretty typical. I started brushing it. I was on the phone, but I'm gonna brush off the main surface stuff, and then I'm just actually gonna run my shop vac brush over the front. I've unplugged it so it stopped drawing in. And then I've got some spray non-rinse condenser coil. The other thing is the drain lines, and this one is still running. You can tell because there's a P-trap in it that's full. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull this. You're gonna see there's junk all in it. That's why we clear drain lines. Right, it actually turned out that U-bend was completely clogged, so we weren't draining. We got the coil nice and clean now. Our plug back in. I'm gonna wait, see her fire back up. Just check the evap fans. So we don't have an evaporator fan. Also, the unit didn't kick on, so we actually do have the evaporator fan spinning. I don't like that. Look how slow. Hang on. All right, so this kind of couples up with what I had said the other day, that my best practice is I'm not going to put this panel on until I see it kick back on, just to make sure something stupid hasn't happened. The other thing to take note of is we've got a non-self-closing hinge, and our gaskets are good. I feel like, yeah, it says it's 38 degrees in there. This feels not cold. Circle back around with it before we leave. Next unit. Unlike the last one, there is a little moisture down, a little brush like that, and then that. I do blow them out with air, but I also like to put a brush up into it, and then if you listen, you'll hit a point. That's me hitting the evap fan inside, which means it's clear. All right, so this little guy, this is a single reach-in. True, and this is a very fun. You've got a piece of paper sitting right here, and I just pulled it forward. So, and look how clean the coil is. The coil is half clean. You see it right here? This paper keeps getting sucked up and blocking the coil. We get these little meat freezers. These are always forgotten about completely. So even the grates to bring air in are all clogged up on all the sides. Alright, this one was actually greasy because of where it was located. So I've gone through a couple couple rounds of clean foam in there just to really eat it up. And I've actually brought the unit over here to the mop sink so that I can slightly angle it and hose it down and rinse it all out. Plus I want to clean this and I want to clean that, which is happening at the sink anyway. Should we assume that this was 2/8/2023, given that it's June? What's our water pressure coming out at? 40, so you're still getting water pressure. And if that's correct, we need to get this ordered. Whoa, the difference. So now we actually have open pores for the air to get in, and when the air gets in, we've got coils for it to go through. Novel thought. Continental drawer freezer. That coil looks like it's clean if you just go, yeah, it's not bad, but no, she is clogged up in there. Look, there is nothing. So I'm gonna slide this forward. This unscrews. Oh, focus, Apple. This unscrews and then it coils out, and I can put a tray underneath it and get good access to it. Drain line's back there also, so let this be a visual representation of how little airflow. I mean, there was none. There was no air getting through that thing. I've been off, this thing's been off. I've been cleaning this coil for the last 10 minutes. I think that motor was supposed to be 200 degrees. It needs air to cool all this stuff. So, wouldn't surprise me now. This is a funny thing when it comes to PMs, right? So I'm here today. You're like, yeah, there you go. We spent a few hours. We got everything dialed in. And in 2 weeks, this motor's dead. And they're like, you were just here PMing. And I said, yeah. But look, right, what I'm saying. This thing is, I mean, you can't touch it. It is not supposed to be running at those kind of temperatures. So you've damaged it. I've said it before, it's like, and you have to on this one, but you don't pressure wash a 30-year-old roof. If a unit's been running and totally neglected, quite often when you take care of it, things happen. And I know that sounds counterproductive, but if you don't take care of it, guarantee things are going to happen. And you're going to shorten the life of the equipment. You know, here we've shortened the life of the motor, but by getting the motor replaced, you know, we can now have it breathing properly. I'll pull an amp draw on it, but it's probably not numerically over amping. It just wasn't getting the airflow to cool it. All right. Hey, look, see, you can see through it now. Unbelievable. This is a Norlake topping cabinet. Freezer. The drain line I already snaked, but there was water in the pan, so I knew it worked. Coils aren't terrible, but we'll take care of that. We're gonna put it in and out of a defrost to make sure that cycle's proper, pull the amp draw on it. All the fans were spinning, 2 inside, 1 there. So I realized I've got the video processing through iMovie, and so I listened to it one time just to make sure there's nothing stupid, and I realized I stopped filming and it just ended. So after that, there was just one more Norlake cabinet, was the same way, just coils and stuff. So there was some other things, so there's other videos coming right behind it. I'm just not going to put them all together. Walk-in cooler was gross, needed to be completely cleaned, and some soft serve issues. So make sure you check those out, and I always appreciate you guys. See ya.